Hey guys, I'm Becky from Book Bite Reviews, and today I am finally showing you how I annotate my books. Now, I have not been annotating for that long. I used to be one of those people that would never, ever think about writing in their books, and now I really enjoy annotating, and that is all because of Chloe from Books with Chloe. Since I have tried out annotating, I feel like it is so freeing, and I just really love how you can physically see how much you loved or didn't love a book, and you can also very easily find all your favorite quotes. It is so nice to reread a book and see what you tabbed last time and remember what you were feeling during the time. It is just a really great thing, and if you are thinking about annotating, I say to definitely try it out. I have currently only annotated 7 books, so I am still very new at it, and I'm still learning and growing as an annotator, and I can physically show you what I mean. One of the very first books that I decided to annotate was the first 2 books of the Harry Potter series, and it was bad. Here's my copy of Chamber of Secrets, which has 75 tabs. There is 1 or 2 tabs on almost every single page. Like, this is a crazy lot, and thankfully that is not how much I annotate anymore. Let me show you a more recent book that I've annotated. That would be Carry On. So here's how I have annotated Carry On. Still a lot, but I really love this book, but honestly not even near the amount that Chamber of Secrets has. Just know that when you get into annotating, you are going to be changing how you annotate. It's not going to be a set in stone system right from the start. You're going to learn new things, learn what you like, what you don't like, and grow with it. So before I dive into exactly how I annotate, let me just go ahead and show you my supplies. So this is my annotating supply kit. This is a super cute pencil case that I got from my best friend for Christmas from Barnes & Noble. I really love it, and it fits all of my supplies very nicely. Now, as you can see right here, I do have what pens I use to annotate sticking out. I find that this is a very easy system for me because then I can see all of my colors right here and can just pull out whatever one I need and put it right back instead of having to reach in, dig through all of them, or have them all just like scattered next to me. I find having a pencil case with a zipper where I can easily zip them up to this point where they won't move works out really well. Now, accidents do happen, so what I do for the remaining pens that I have, I lay them going this way in the bag, so in the event that these ones fall over when I unzip it, they will fall in the opposite direction of my other pens, and I can very easily pull them out instead of trying to remember which colors I use. So now let's see what is inside the bag. So first up are my pens. The ones that I am currently using, the brand is Sipa. Everything else on the pen is in a different language, so I can't tell you what technical colors they are, but I will tell you where I got them. These pens are the iBayam Fineliner Pens from Amazon. They work really well. They do have on the description that they are guaranteed not to bleed. I have found the opposite to be true. The thinner your pages are, the more this is going to bleed, and they do have a lot of pigment to them. So as soon as you touch the page, it's going to start just bleeding out into a big, huge ink blot. So you really have to just be very quick when using them. My thicker paged books, it does work really well and hardly has any bleed through, but for sure my Harry Potter ones where the pages are like very thin, like Bible pages, it does bleed through, but honestly, it doesn't bleed through enough where it ruins the text that's on the backside page. Since I do find that they do bleed a little bit, and when you are writing with them, it's a little bit messy when you're writing small, so I do keep a Papermate profile rollerball pen in my bag to use for any kind of notes that I want to make. This is one of my favorite pens to write with in general, so I definitely keep one of these in there. I really love this pen, and it works out really well. And now for my tabs. The tabs that I currently use are the Megrocle 4-pack neon page markers with arrows. These I have also bought from Amazon, and the way that I store these is I keep whatever ones I'm not using in the plastic wrapping and keep it just laying down in my pencil case. The one that I am currently using, I keep standing up with my pens, and then I do have one of the blank ones where I used all the tabs. This is what I use to underline. So when I first got them, I just used one of these to hold down and underline it. And then when I ran out of the tabs on this one, I just kept this one since it already has like some marker marks on it. I don't want to keep messing all of them up, so I just use this one. It feels a little nostalgic to me at this point. I don't want to get rid of it, so that's what I use. These tabs are very high quality. They are kind of plasticky, so they don't crumple. They will bend if you have them pushed up against your bookshelf or something once you annotate, so be mindful of that. But I really, really like them because they are super duper bright, but you can still see through them when you tab. And the adhesive on these is really, really good. You can very, very easily take it off and move it somewhere else. You won't have any residue, or the stickiness won't go away from the back of it. I really, really enjoy these tabs a lot, and I plan on buying more as I am running low. So now let's get into how I annotate. With every color tab that I have a matching pen to go with it, and each of the tabs are assigned a certain meaning. I also have 2 color keys. I use one color key for Harry Potter annotating and the other one for non-Harry Potter annotating. So for Harry Potter, a pink tab and marker is what I use for magical creatures and spells. Orange is for anything that makes me angry or I don't like. Yellow is for funny. Green is a favorite quote or character. Blue is something that makes me sad. Dark blue is an important plot point. And purple is for a romance or friendship. For my non-Harry Potter books, pink is something that makes me angry. Orange is an important plot point. Yellow is funny. Green is a favorite quote or favorite part. Blue is something that makes me sad. Dark blue is for friendship. And purple is for romance. When I first came up with my key, I did decide to go ahead and write it down on a sticky note and then keep it inside the book. I no longer do this because now I know my key very well. And I also have the key saved as a note on my phone, so I can always look at my phone if I ever forget on what color I use, just because I do have 2 keys. But Harry Potter does get you into a lot of trouble. One thing that I learned pretty quickly is that not everything that you underline needs to have a tab. So I definitely need to go back through my Harry Potter books and take out some of these tabs. For example, I do underline every spell and magical creature, and I also underline all of my favorite characters. So every time we meet one of my favorite characters, that's when I underline it, and I tab all of those, and that alone is so much. So I definitely need to go through and get rid of the tabs for my favorite characters and the tabs for magical creatures. I think I want to keep the ones for spells and keep the ones for favorite quotes, but I think it's good enough to see the underline and know that I underlined it when we first met one of my favorite characters. So I don't think it needs a tab because I'm never going to go back to those tabs. It's just nice to see them. So I definitely learned that later on when doing my non-Harry Potter books, because I did take a break from annotating Harry Potter after book 2 because I was just doing so much and it was very overwhelming, very, very time consuming, and it made me not want to annotate. So I went ahead and tried annotating books that weren't Harry Potter. I found that I needed a new system because I do use a color for magical creatures and spells. I don't need that in these books, and I found my better system, my more minimalistic tabbing system, and I'm loving annotating now. I will also say Harry Potter is a very hard one to annotate because you love every second of it and you want to tab every second of it. Obviously I did. So I would definitely suggest trying to annotate a book that you have never read before or something that is not Harry Potter. Now into the actual fundamentals of how I annotate while reading, it just kind of depends on my mood. Sometimes I do it while reading and other times I do it after the fact. What I have found that I really enjoy is to have sticky notes on me, and anytime that I find something I want to annotate, I just leave a sticky note on that page and keep reading. That way it doesn't take me out of the story, but I know that I want to go ahead and annotate. Other times I will wait till the end of the chapter and then go in and put my sticky notes, but I was watching one of Chloe's videos recently and it looks like what she does is she puts the color tab in so that way she can just go back, move the tab, underline, and then put the tab back, and I really, really like that. The only thing though is that since I don't always put a tab, the sticky note system is a little bit better, so I'm not sure which system I'm going to go with. Right now, it's just the Post-it notes. When doing the actual annotating, all I do is take my clear tab guide and I line it up where any of the G's or Y's are right on the line of this. Then I underline it and then put the tab. I have also found that you can have more than one thing that you really want to take note of on the same page, but I found that I don't really like having more than one tab per page. What I will do is just like right here with the selection is I will underline both of them, but whatever emotion I want to remember more or I think is more important, that is the one that I will tab. I'm also a little bit anal when it comes to how the tabbing looks at the end. Like this little blank space right here just bothers the actual shit out of me. So I have now started not putting my tabs exactly where the line is sometimes. If there is a blank space I'm noticing, I will go ahead and just move my tab so that it's not necessarily right next to the line I've underlined, but it's on the page and that's really all that matters. So I have started doing that as well. All right, guys, that is everything that I have for you on how I annotate. Like I said, I'm really, really loving it. It is such a fun process. I really, really love the look of my books once I get done annotating, and it just makes me feel so accomplished, and it's so colorful and beautiful, and I just really love it. The important thing is to find some markers that you really like that don't have a whole lot of bleed, find some really good tabs, and then get yourself some sticky notes and just practice. Because honestly, you're not going to figure out what you like until you try it out yourself. If you guys have any other questions or feel like I missed something in this video, go ahead and leave a comment and I will be sure to respond back to you. If you guys enjoyed this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. If you loved it and you want to see more bookish content from me, please hit that subscription button. And if you want to be notified as soon as my videos go live here on YouTube, hit the notification bell. I'll see you in my next one. Bye!